Alright, round two of our rough drafts. Mirrodin, Darksteel, and fair enough. We have a Journey of Discovery to make sure we hit our land drops into Ageless Entity and Goblin Dirigible. Essence Strain, that's a little while off. Wouldn't mind drawing some Mirror. And our opponent's drawing Mirror. Alright, let's just go with Tel Jalad Wolf. Because the next turn, if we don't draw land, we can Journey of Discovery, play one of the lands we search for, and then equip up a Leonin Bola. And we can use it if we want to tap down this Mirror on our opponent's upkeep, so it won't be able to keep adding mana. Island again, and Soldier Replica. 1/3. Looks like your opponent's interested in gaining life and preventing damage. Well, let's let's Journey of Discovery. We're just going to search for 2 lands, put them in our hand. Do we want swamps or do we want mountain plains? Let's go swamp and plains and wait on the mountain. That way we only need 1 more swamp if we draw our Death Cloud. We'll play the swamp, equip this up. Then I think we're going to upkeep, tap down this gold mirror. We'll take 1 damage to keep our opponent from having an extra mana. Arcbound Crusher, 1/1. Gets counters whenever another artifact enters the battlefield. You might just have to Essence Drain that. That'll get pretty big. Oh, and we're punished for not getting our mountain. Well, let's just Essence Drain. Get rid of the Arcbound Crusher. Seems like it can get pretty big and pretty scary if we just let it go. So I get to move a +1/+1 counter or something onto the Soldier Replica. That's fine. But it does mean we'll attack with this Wolf, since it's a 2/4 now. But we get to start playing big things now, too. Ooh, Mask of Memory, that's annoying. That's going to allow our opponent to draw 2 and discard 1. Actually seems like a pretty powerful equipment, come to think of it. So we're going to want to avoid continually getting hit by that Mask of Memory creature. Opponent discards Arcbound Hybrid, Haste Modular. Well, let's play land. Play Fengrin Hunter. And then we'll equip up our Leonin Bola. Gives us another way of tapping down something if need be, like this Soldier. And no attacks, we'll just pass so we can tap something down. I don't think we're gonna... Alright, our opponent thirsts. Draws 3, discards 2 or 1 if they discard an artifact. And they discard Tree of Tales, artifact land. Well, they seem to heavily be the artifact deck. Another land. Vedalken Archmage. Whenever our opponent casts an artifact, they get to draw a card. And Quicksilver Behemoth. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you return it to your hand at the end of combat. So we're going to want to start getting in some damage before our opponent just card advantages us to death with this Archmage. So let's tack down this Quicksilver Behemoth. Arcane Spyglass is going to have to wait. Ageless Entity. Attack with our Fengrin Hunter. Equip up the Leonin Bola. That's what makes that card so insanely powerful. So I'm a little worried we're just going to get comboed out by crappy artifacts and our opponent's going to draw a ton of cards. Seems like a possibility. That looks like what's happening. Well, even if we lose, at least we're going to know what to watch out for in the next game. Like, we definitely are going to want to kill this Vedalken Archmage as soon as possible. I guess we just tap this Quicksilver Behemoth. The good news is their creatures aren't very powerful. So they have a lot of them, but they're just not very good. Alright, they're going to equip over the Mask of Memory. Wormskin Forger. Well, I guess we just play Goblin Dirigible. And then do we want to attack with our wolf? It's basically a free attack, I guess. I guess we could even attack with more? I think, so if we attack with both, we're just really trying to avoid getting hit by that Mask of Memory. They would probably, like, block. Yeah, we'll just attack with Wolf. And that puts our opponent to 12, which means technically 3 turns of Goblin attack, or Goblin Dirigible attacks will finish off the game. And if we draw a land and can play Wormskin Forger and put counters on it, then 2 attacks. And we're at 20. So taking a little damage isn't the end of the world. Does our opponent have more artifacts to keep comboing? Yup, looks like. Draws a card. Domineer. Now that's annoying. We actually don't have an answer for that at the moment. Equips over the Mask of Memory. So if we double block, we kill it, I believe. But there's ways of getting blown out if they have like a bounce spell or something. Alright, we're gonna have to let it go, I think, unfortunately. Not great, but that's what we gotta do, I believe. Them drawing into that Domineer was pretty bad. And we haven't drawn much removal, unfortunately. Opponent discards an island. They should have a lot of lands left in their deck. Replays the Quicksilver Behemoth, Darksteel Citadel. Well, let's just arrest the Quicksilver Behemoth. Do we want to attack with our wolf? Then I think we just need to equip the Leonin Bola to the wolf. Alright, equip it up past the turn. I don't think we can do any attacking yet. Clockwork Vorak draws our opponent a card. Well, that's kind of a big thing, I guess. Ish. And Cobalt Golem. And an island. Well, let's just tap down our stolen Goblin Dirigible. Alright, equips up. Well, we get a... We get a silver mirror. I guess we play our silver mirror. Leonin Bola, our wolf, and pass the turn. The other thing is, this isn't a May, isn't it? Is it? No, it's a... They must draw a card whenever they play an artifact spell. So they might get to the point where they just can't really draw cards anymore. Alright, they draw another card. Yoltan Soldier. Something like that. Yodian. Somber Hoverguard. So we will tap down this... Let's tap down the Clockwork Vorak. Well, this one's been all about that Vedalken Archmage. We just haven't got the answers for it. We have them in our deck, we just haven't drawn them, unfortunately. So we might take some damage here. Looks like... Yep, alright, we're getting hit for 6. There's a Death Cloud, but we can't cast it. Well, yeah, I think we're just dead, unfortunately. Well, now we know. Hold a removal spell for that Vedalken Archmage. Tower of Murmurs seems tricky. Blue and white probably doesn't have that much artifact destruction. Let's try bringing that in. We just didn't draw a lot of the cards we wanted to, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we're going to bring in this Tower of Murmurs and get rid of... I guess we can go down a mirror. Go down a silver mirror. Alright, game 2. Oh, boy. Alright, we got to ship it. And this isn't what we want to see. Blinding Beam, definitely to the bottom. Well, this might be the first week that we don't reach the finals. Which is disappointing, because I think we have a deck that's decent. But we're just, I don't know, we'll see. Definitely not the starting hand we were hoping for, with 0 removal. Vedalken Engineer adds 2 mana for artifacts. Well, we'll play this wolf. Now we do nothing. Forever. Alpha Mirror. Golden Mirror. Thoughtcast. Draws 2. Well, Silver Mirror is actually a decent draw. Get to play that. Might as well attack with our wolf. Oh, I'm a little worried that they're just going to be able to steal our Goblin Dirigible. That would be a pretty devastating blowout. And they can even use that Engineer to add mana for it. So we take 2. We're not going to trade with our Golden Mirror. Soldier Replica. Spire Golem. Frogmite. Well, hopefully their last card is not whatever that artifact stealing card is. If it is, it's basically game over. Here comes the beats. Well, we're going to kill this Spire Golem. Or attempt to. Sacks it to... Oh. I guess I didn't understand how that worked. I thought that was saying something else. Now let's Wormskin Forger. Put a counter on that and 2 on our wolf. $12 to 12. And we once again have the bigger creatures. Well, not anymore. There's a Clockwork Vorak. Let's draw a red source. Arcane Spyglass. Alright, we'll play it. And I guess we can sack a land right now? Because if we draw a red source, we can just play it. Alright, no land. Alright, let's just pass. Play defense for the time being. No attacks. Ooh, Death Cloud? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That doesn't really do it. Well, let's attack with our wolf. Put our opponent to 8. Play Ageless Entity. And we're actually kind of close to a point where we could steal a game by getting in a hit with something. 1, 2, 3. We can Death Cloud for 3. No attacks. Now we can Death Cloud for 4. Alright, so I guess the plan is just to attack with our wolf. If our opponent takes it, we can try to Death Cloud for the win. Alright, our opponent's going to block this turn. Get rid of the Steel Wall. So we'll just play the Swamp. Do we want to sack a land right now? Yeah, let's sack a land, see what we draw. Ooh, Viridian Shaman, that's a good draw. Get rid of that Clockwork Vorak. Ooh, so I kind of think we're getting there now with how this is looking. We have the bigger creatures and more creatures. Well, there's Vedalken Archmage, but it might be too little too late. We don't need to get in for much to be able to Death Cloud for the win. We can Death Cloud for 3? Thirst. Draws 3, discards 2, or an artifact. They discard Tree of Tales. Plays a land. And they get a Spire Golem. Alright, they're staying alive with their little combo deck. Or trying to. Drawing a land here would be nice. There's a land. Alright, so we attack with Ageless Entity and our wolf. Opponent's going to double block. We kill 2 things. That's fine. Play the land. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Death Cloud for 4. And that does it. Sweet. Alright. We overcame our mulligan and pulled it off. So we're just going to run it back. It seems like their deck is really dependent on that Vedalken Archmage. So if we can avoid that or kill that, we're in really good shape. Alright, this one's for a trip to the finals. Game 3, Match 2 of our Mirrodin Darksteel draft. Our streak of making the finals is on the line. Man, if I knew I was going to draw lands, I would keep this, but I think we got a mulligan again. Alright, I guess that's kind of better. Swamp. Jeez. I think we're going to bottom the swamp. We got the Journey of Discovery. Well, I didn't feel too good about last game either, where we mulliganed and had a pretty questionable hand, and it worked out, so maybe this one will work out. But I don't especially like this hand. Just doesn't do anything for a long time. Another Journey of Discovery. Alright. Leon and Bola. I guess there's some way we could draw our Death Cloud and with our Journey of Discoveries get there. Alpha Mirror. Well, play a land, pass. We'll be able to get red mana with Journey, I guess, for our Shatter. Soldier Replica. Take 2. Iron Mirror's going to have to wait. We're going to Journey of Discovery, search for 2 lands. A mountain and a swamp. Pass the turn. We might be able to entwine our next Journey of Discovery if things go well. We don't have an answer to the Archmage if they draw it. Spire Golem. More big attackers. And a Frogmite. Well, our opponents basically just emptied their hand and then refilled it with Thoughtcast. A little bit. So we take 3. We play Iron Mirror, Mountain, and I think we're just going to shatter Spire Golem right now. Get it off the table. Darksteel Citadel. Alright, gotta take our beats, unfortunately. Down to 10. Some more ramp. Clockwork Condor. Alright, well, we need to play Swamp, play our dirigible, and hope that they can't steal it. That's another instance where it's game over pretty much if they can steal it. Actually, it's pretty much game over if they can just kill it. Alright, Vedalken Archmage. Only 1 card in hand, though, so that's good. Well, we're not going to pay 4 because it is already untapped. How do we want to do this? We can entwine Journey of Discovery. I think that's what we're going to do. Play the land. Entwine Journey of Discovery. Get 2 swamps, I believe, in case we draw our Death Cloud. Put the 2 swamps into play. Then we will... I think we'll just equip up our Iron Mirror with our Leonin Bola and pass. Play some defense. Hopefully our opponent can't string together artifacts with this Archmage. Well, there's one. Man. Alright. We will see. Does it even... I don't even think we really need to tap anything at the moment. Why can't this ever be at the bottom of our opponent's library? That's like the 1 card that beats us. Every time we lose, every time we've lost in this match, it's been to that 1 card. Well, I guess we just go with our Wormskin Forger. We can put 2 counters and 1 counter. Does that make sense? Yeah. Makes them both 3/3s. And then pass the turn. Hope our opponent fizzles. Oh, really? No! Man, that Vedalken Archmage, jeez. It is killing us. Why can't our opponent... I don't know. Quicksilver Behemoth? Not feeling too good about where we're at. Removal spell would still be nice. We're not just completely out of the game yet. But we're not in a good place either. What do we draw? Another land. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ageless Entity. Silvermere. Puts another counter on the Crusher. And we'll hold the land. Just pass the turn. Let's see. Do we need to tap the Behemoth? We might. Yeah, let's tap down the behemoth. No attacks, no anything. If we can randomly draw our Death Cloud, that might be a way of getting out of this, actually. Tower of Murmurs would also be interesting with where we're currently at. It mills out possibly fast enough that we could race our opponent. And any removal spell would be good. Especially Essence Drain, I guess, since that gains us life and kills something. Alright, no ping. Another land. Alright, play the swamp. Equip up our Silvermere. And pass the turn. So we could Death Cloud 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and our opponent draws the Domineer. That might be the death of us. Oh boy. So we're gonna have to draw something now. That was a huge draw. So we're gonna tap down Clockwork Condor. Maybe we let that attack. I guess we just go ahead and tap down the Quicksilver Behemoth again and take our beats in the air. The problem now is we're at a low enough life total that even Death Cloud isn't going to save us. Well, it might just be a story that in top deck mode our opponent outdrew us. I don't know if this keeps us alive or not, but we can destroy the Domineer. So we have 5 blockers, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to get hit for 1, 2. Well, we might be able to remain alive. I don't think our opponent just has lethal unless they have something else to go with their board. Arcbound Bruiser, well, that's getting closer to lethal. Another counter on their Arcbound Crusher. Oh my gosh, no, man, seriously? Wow. Well, alright. Oh, that was a... Well, that does it. That was a frustrating one. So, bowing out in round 2, basically, I think if we just draw a removal spell to kill that Vedalken Archmage, we win games 1 and game 3. Anyway, that is our rough drafts. No finals this week. Bowing out in round 2 to stupid Vedalken Archmage that we just never drew answers for. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.